start defensive coordinator Bryant Haines. We'll start on the right with Zach, then we'll go to Todd.
Brian, I guess it just seemed like there were a lot of moments when the pressure almost gets there and either Leonard slips away, gets the ball out, a tough catch somewhere. Just did you feel like it was kind of one where a lot of the plays that you've been making that have set teams really far behind the chains this season were just kind of maybe just an inch a little kind of too far away at times tonight?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I thought the guys competed, played hard. All credit to Notre Dame. I mean, it's a good football team. I thought that quarterback played really well. I thought he would make a few errors here and there, and he didn't seem to. He was composed. And like you said, we weren't able to rattle him. We didn't get home. We came close to getting home, but especially against a good athlete, getting close to getting home just not enough. He wasn't affected and stood in the pocket, delivered the throws he needed to throw, and took what we gave him. You know, he was very composed and had a great game.
We'll go on your left to Todd in the front, and then Zach B.
Kind of along that same theme, I mean, I think it was 5 of 7 on third down in the first half. How demoralizing is it? And how tough is it to kind of come back from the demoralizing effect when Leonard is able to make plays with his legs and keep third down, drives alive?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the most frustrating thing that you can have happen to a defense is they keep the drive going, right? Now, I think that they did a good job of staying on schedule. Some of those third downs were, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Those are a little tougher to win than your 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12s. Thought they stayed in rhythm. They kept us on the field. We got a little bit tired, and just didn't make the plays we had to make. But yeah, I mean, credit goes to them. That's a really good football team. I was probably maybe a hair more conservative than I, looking back, wish I would have been. Maybe I should have brought that one extra guy. Maybe that would have been the difference.
We'll go Zach B, second row left, and then we'll go Mike.
Coach, when you're looking at a team like Notre Dame or even back to that loss against Ohio State, what's the biggest difference in your eyes between teams like that and a team like your Indiana team right now?
The thing I noticed is the margin for error is just so small. I mean, they get the ball on the -2 yard line. I put in a simple, kind of gapped out call. I mean, I was thinking about even being more aggressive. I was like, man, talking to Aiden Fisher, like, you want to go attack him? Maybe we can get 2 points here. Nah, let's put in a nice conservative call. You misfit it a little bit, and the thing rips you for 98 yards and 6 points. I mean, that's how small the margin for error is against elite teams. I felt that way against Ohio State. I felt that way again tonight.
We'll go on your right to Mike, and then Daniel.
Yeah, did you get a chance to talk to James Carpenter after the game? He makes the call for the penalty, obviously not a purpose mistake, but it's his last game. You've been with him forever. What do you tell him, and how tough in that moment is to see that happen to a guy that's worked so hard for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's down on himself. I got a chance to give him a quick hug, but, there's a lot of emotional guys in that locker room and guys that I've been with for a long time and love. And do I fault him for making a mistake? No. I mean, that guy is just going to play as hard as he can possibly play every single snap he's on the field. And how can you hate that? Do I wish he had pulled off? Sure, but I love him for the way that he is and how hard he plays.
We'll go front right to Daniel, and then Ravi.
How do you manage the emotions of a year where you re-energize a town, completely change a mindset, and then ultimately end like this?
I think you just try to build off of it. I think what we have here is a foundation. I think that, and I told some of the guys that are hurting in that locker room, like, we built something here. This is a building block. There's a foundation that's laid, and now the standards are upped. And I'm just proud. I'm proud of the unit, and yeah, I'm bummed about tonight. They're bummed about tonight. We could have done a lot of things better, but it doesn't take away from what we've accomplished. And I think this is the first step to many.
Front right to Ravi, and then Seth.
The season on the whole, you guys had a lot of really good performances. Hold Nebraska to, I think, 1 score. Shut out Purdue. A number of other things. Like, why do you think you guys played at the level you did this year? And is this a level that you can tell future recruits, hey, this is how you do it at Indiana?
To your last question, that's 100% what I'm going to tell recruits. I'm going to say, this is Indiana football. Indiana defense. Like, do you want to be a part of this? We stop the run. We harass quarterbacks. Tonight doesn't change that. That's what I'm going to tell recruits. And, just thankful for the season all along the way. The ups and the downs. I mean, there's just a good season overall. I'm bummed about tonight again, but credit to Notre Dame. They did the things they needed to do, and we just couldn't make the plays we had to.
Front row left to Seth, and then last one to Jack.
What will you remember most about this team, this group of players, and what should, fans remember most about this team?
That's a good one. There's a lot of good memories there. I think I'll look back and just remember how much they've changed things. And again, this is coming from a guy that was here before. I was in those locker rooms. I was at Indiana. I know what it meant to be an Indiana football player in 2012. It's a different era now, and these guys changed it forever.
Last one, front row, far left to Jack.
Yeah, Brian, you said you were a little bit more conservative than you wanted to be. I mean, did you go into the game wanting to be aggressive and then it sort of just changed based on how the game was going, or how would you kind of explain that?
Yeah, that's exactly it. In my mind, I saw a chance of being aggressive, but again, a lot of it for me is the flow of the game. Whether it be like, how's the offense doing? What's the field position? I wanted to be aggressive against Ohio State. All of a sudden they get the ball, maybe on the 30 going in, like that changes things. Like there's some situational football in there. But I guess all said and done, looking back at it, especially on third down, I had intentions of being a little bit more aggressive. But that 35 seconds goes fast. You have to come up with a call, put it in, get the guys all playing together, and hindsight's 20/20.
Great, thanks, Brian.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.